Last class, we created 3 files in our Cloud9 accounts. An index.html file, a style.css file, and a script.js file. Right now, if we preview our app, it looks like this. Nothing super fancy, just a nav bar holding the title of our app, the logo, the connection, and what is going to be 3 different links. What we're going to do now, by the way, before I go into that, if you inspect the element for this page and go to the network tab, which is what we examined last time, and click on that all filter and refresh the page, you will see that our browser issues a GET request for a number of files that are sent to our browser, and then, as soon as they're sent, loaded into, or what's known as rendered into Google Chrome. And Google Chrome renders these 3 files as index.html, the script.js, and the CSS file. All of those are being rendered to right here and displayed on this page. Now, these are done via GET requests. And GET requests are at the core of how we get resources from another computer on the internet using HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. And it's why if you go to any link on the internet, at the top you'll type in HTTP or https://www.youtube.com, right? If you look at the beginning of every link, it says HTTPS or HTTP in front of it. It's for secure. The S is for secure. It's actually a recent thing. HTTP versus HTTPS is a more recent occurrence. And it's basically the S at the end of HTTPS stands for secure. It means all communications between your browser and the website are encrypted. It's been done recently because there's a lot of concern with people sending data insecurely over the internet and people's information, sensitive information in particular, getting stolen. You feel me? Does that sort of make sense? And there's a number of ways to attack someone who's communicating only over HTTP. So many websites will force you to use HTTPS, which is why you'll get this like, hey, it's not secure if you don't use HTTPS type stuff. That happens regularly. And so this is a more recent thing, but just know that the Hypertext Transfer Protocol and HTTP and HTTPS are pretty much the same thing. One is just encrypted and one is not. We'll talk more about that later. But HTTP is just the method by which our computers communicate with each other. It's the protocol for how we communicate from computer to computer. And HTTP takes advantage of the TCP/IP stack that you watched in the code.org videos as well. So we'll get back to those in a minute, but for now I want to build out this app a little bit more so you can kind of see how this works. Now the other thing you should notice is that if you head to your console, you should see this connected thing appear at the very bottom. Y'all see that? Or whatever you decide to type into your script.js, it should console.log it if your script is loaded at the very bottom of your page. Everybody have that? If you don't trip. If you do, fantastic. Cool? Everyone cool with that so far? Make sure yours says something down here like connected or whatever you console.log. Because we're about to write a bunch more code in that script.js file. And I just want to make sure it's loaded so you don't get any errors as I go through this. What we're going to be doing for this application is we're going to be creating an app that allows people to sign in. And to sign in, we're going to use an online database service. The name of that service is Firebase. So if you Google Firebase, it is actually a Google product, firebase.google.com. And if you open it up, it's essentially a database in the cloud that you can use for free. And you'll notice here, I'm signed in already under my email. You should sign in or log in with your Gmail right now because you're going to need to use Firebase for this entire app. So everyone take a few seconds and go ahead and log into Firebase right now. If you can't, I'll come around and I'll help you.